What's up, everyone? Welcome to Jason. Can you believe it? Welcome to the 20th episode
20.
of TerrorCrave, guys. I've said that 20 times now.
Yeah. I know that
That
when
is
I
the 20th time.
when I said something to you about it, you were like, wait, it's more than that. But I forgot about like our top five and stuff. Like we did a bunch of our top five before we started Terror Crave. So
We definitely did. But I mean, hey, 20 episodes of any show is a reason, no matter if we had a show beforehand or not, right?
yeah,
20
yeah,
episode of a renamed show is a reason to celebrate. That's what we're gonna do. That's
yeah.
what we're gonna do, guys. Thank you very much for those of us who have stuck around for 20 episodes. Definitely
Hmm.
appreciate that.
Yeah. I thought we would just kind of talk about whatever we wanted to talk about tonight. We didn't really we got a don't not really a theme, but different things. And I don't know. You want to start that off or you want me to start it off?
Oh, well, by all means, my friend, you'd be the first one to throw the
I,
topic out there.
Well, I'm kind of excited about my thing because I know you and I have been talking about it, and it's kind of still in the plans, I guess, to do it, but it's still in the beginning stages. But we're gonna start going out to some different locations and checking on different things, folklore and legends, and or local folklore and legends, I should say. Which probably stick around what Virginia, West Virginia, and stuff like that.
Well,
But
unless our travel budget has all of a sudden skyrocketed, which I'm not aware of.
yeah,
Which, if it
yeah,
has, that's great. I'm all ready
yeah.
to fly out to the Rockies or to
Yeah. Yeah,
out, out
not
to the
quite yet.
West. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, we'll start. We'll that's season two.
season
That'll
two.
be
All
season
right.
two. But one of the things that like we've talked about of the supposed train wreck down a little south of Lynchburg that the guerrillas escaped from. Some people think it's real, some people don't. We could go down and ask people, and they're going to be like, "You're crazy," or they may be like, "Oh, I know where the train is. Follow me." And then it's just I don't know, what should we follow this dude that we never met, or so there'll be different stages to that. So
Are we
kind of
going to leave
leery
that to
about.
the audience to choose? To
Oh,
kind of like you
I
choose
don't
your own
know.
adventure and be like,
No. Not like improv, horror improv. We're not doing that
you
because
don't think
they're
so?
gonna say, "Yeah, get in that van. Go ahead,
Exactly.
jump in the
Exactly.
van."
That
Um,
makes it a
and,
bit more
and
adventuresome.
yeah, and some we'll do on location. Some of them, man, I love paranormal stuff. I do the paranormal investigations. We've talked about paranormal stuff before on this show and other shows, and I'm a I love the cryptid side of paranormal as much as I do the ghost hunting part of it, and I really believe that there's a Bigfoot out there. I may people probably think I'm crazy, and I'll go over that more in some of our future shows. I'm not going to get into it all right now, but I mean, I have like a copy of the Patterson Gimlin print, the original print, but a copy of it, not the original. Wish I had the original. And I have my little Bigfoot. These actually just came today because I'm excited about it. But I
Oh,
have a
that's cool.
Bigfoot, yeah, Bigfoot call. It's a toy, but we're going to use it as a call when we actually go looking for Bigfoot. And my little Bigfoot action figure.
His little
And
Bigfoot. His little Bigfoot.
yeah, and Ethan was like, "Hey, take it out." I was like, "No, I mean, I don't take
now,
my stuff
now,
out of packages."
now, I gotta ask you a question. That Bigfoot there, that's not like that's just based on Bigfoot. That's not the $6 million man Bigfoot or the. I mean, right? It's not
That
Andre
was the
the
scariest Bigfoot.
Giant.
Well, I I'm sure
For those
you've
who don't know,
seen
I
it.
referenced Andre the Giant was played Bigfoot,
Yes,
one of the
which was
Bigfoots
but turned
in
out to be a
$6 Million
robot.
Man.
Oh, that was a great
It
movie
did.
that or show up until that point because I like Bigfoot. I was like, oh, come on, man. But then you heard the roar in the distance at the end of the show. It was my favorite $6 Million Man episode
Oh,
ever.
this well, he came back for a couple different ones. Bigfoot was such a popular Bigfoot character on that show. I actually had the toy six
I
from
did
the
too,
six
where
million
you could
dollar
look
man.
through the head and
Yeah, but I had Bigfoot. I mean, they brought
come
out
on.
Bigfoot. Yeah, they brought out Bigfoot for that as well for the
You
six
don't
million
have
dollar
that
man.
now? Can you imagine what that would
No,
be worth?
oh my gosh, dude, man, I had so many awesome toys. My mom, she would always hook us up, right? We had so many great things from the classic '70s and early '80s toys and stuff like that. That if I had
He-Man, G.I.
only,
Joe, and
yeah, but even the 6 million. I mean, I remember going back to the $6 million man, or even the oh gosh, what were they? That Medco. Oh, they had a what was that company? Mego? Oh,
Oh, well, not you're talking about Mattel,
no,
not
not
Mattel.
Mattel. They had they did a Netflix special about the toys that made us. I cannot remember the name of the company, but they did the Star Trek action
Oh yeah,
figures, and
yeah,
they had like the Batman, the superhero action figures, but they had like the cloth outfits or uniforms. You know what I
right.
mean? I can't remember the name of them, but I had all that stuff. And if I would had the wherewithal to know to save any of it, man, I'd be able to. Well, we've all seen the 40-year-old virgin. I mean, he became a millionaire, right? From
Yeah,
all those things he
yeah.
had.
I wish I still had like all the old GI Joes and the Masters of the Universe stuff, all the old ones, and Castle Grayskull, and then had Thundercats when they came out, Silver Wings, all the popular stuff.
Silverhawks. Silverhawks.
Silverhawks, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I still had those.
You
And
had Silverhawks and Thundercats and all that.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah,
I did too.
yep.
I had definitely the Silverhawks and the Thunder Lion-O and Tiger and Panthro, all of them, dude. Dude, that was an awesome cartoon,
There
by the
was
way.
another one that was what was it? Was it Thundor the Barbarian? Yeah,
And,
Thundor the Barbarian.
and Ookla the Monk and Princess
Yeah,
Ariel. Yeah.
I had them too, man. And I don't know. I think I may have lost some of them in my divorce from my first wife, so she took everything else.
Mm.
Anyway, let me get back on. All right.
Yeah, sorry. See how we
Yeah,
went from that toy
yeah,
Bigfoot to
yeah.
Silverhawks and
Yeah,
Thundercats.
yeah. So anyway, we're gonna start looking for some cryptid stuff and some local folklore and urban legends and different things like that, and not just ghost stuff, because that's easy to find places to investigate for, to look for ghosts, but trying to find these urban legends, you really have to wait until you hear about something. And I'm gonna flash up in a second the what you sent me the other day.
Yeah. Oh, by the
And
way, you were able to quickly
well, not on
disqualify.
purpose. I was looking into it, and I found in the comment section from that post that picture where it said, "Hey, last year it was this same wording, just different lake, whatever, in a different
Uh-huh.
state." And I was like, "Oh, see, but that's probably we'll probably go to a lot of those, I'm sure of." But Mothman, that's not too awful far. We'll see.
No, yeah, these will be interesting things to be able to go out there and get on location and do. It's
Yeah,
gonna be pretty exciting, I think.
yeah. What's
Um,
your favorite cryptid movie? I know,
oh my
like,
gosh.
I know you've seen it as a kid, and I watched it as a kid, and it actually scared me. And then I rented it or something. I should have bought it because I liked it again when I watched it. The the actors that are in the movie are the same people that lived the experiment or the
Right.
experience, the legend of Boggy Creek.
Legend of Boggy Creek.
Yeah.
So I have not seen that movie.
Are you?
Yes.
I almost be willing to bet that when you see it, you'll say, "I remember watching this on TV when I was like 5." I bet you.
Mm, maybe. And you bring up a good point. There's always been some movie that I've tried to remember throughout my adulthood that I saw at my grandma's house that really, and maybe this is it. Maybe this will be the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I do look forward to watching it. You've talked about it quite a lot, and I definitely I want to see it. But I haven't. So maybe I will see it here and we can talk about it and break it down. I guess it's almost a qualification. I need to be in order to see it, in order to
it's
go do these
research. Yeah,
location things, right?
yeah.
Excuse me.
You can make it a double feature, that and The Exorcist right after.
Exorcist. I just love the way there's
Yeah,
always a way to get that
slid that in
movie
again.
somewhere in there, which is cool. That's fine.
Hmm.
But no, so I guess, and you know what, we have not talked about this. I think we had planned on talking about this on a previous show, and we just never got around to it, or maybe we did, and I'm just getting really old and I'm gonna forget the conversation. Exists
Yes.
was a movie. Since you're asking my favorite cryptid film,
Yeah.
it's about. I couldn't believe it when I actually looked it up the other day. It's about almost 10 years old. Really, it came out in 2013 maybe or 2014. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's 8 years old. I was surprised about how old it was. I actually enjoyed that movie a lot, and it was by the same people who did one of the producers or maybe the director or writer of the Blair Witch project. But that's one that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. I don't know. Did we? I don't know if we ever actually discussed that or what. But did you like that movie?
I Remind me which one that was again.
Oh wow, that means
No,
Jason did
you were
that
talking
like
about your memory, man. No, no,
that
no.
means because I know for a fact he just watched it the past 2 or 3 weeks. So for him to not know, it was about these guys that were going out, a group of young adults going out to a cabin somewhere, and on their way out there, they ran into they killed,
Oh
I
no,
believe,
I
the
like that.
child of
Yeah.
Bigfoot. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. Where they drove the Jeep up to the cabin and they try to get out, but his son like banged up the Jeep, right? Or you
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yep,
Crashed it.
destroyed it. Yep.
Yeah.
And then there
Okay,
was that
yeah.
scene. There was that scene in particular, which I thought was pretty wild. The guy on the bike trying to get out of there, and that Bigfoot was just like on
Why would you
him.
do
You know
that,
what I
man?
mean?
Why would you jump on a bike if you saw the car? You know what I mean?
Well, no, no, he was on the bike because the car was already destroyed.
Yeah,
He
but
was. They were trapped.
if your car was
Oh,
destroyed
I see
like
what you're
that,
saying. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and
And
you
yeah.
know that something or somebody, at the least somebody, did that, you're gonna jump on your bike and try to race out?
Well, I don't want to ruin it in case you guys do watch it. But what do you do then? I don't want to say the outcome of what his thing is, but what do you do? Some brave soul has to say, or they're just sitting there. Are they just sitting there in the woods and just wait
I,
and wait, and that nothing good happens from that.
I'm not saying that if I was in that group, I wouldn't have talked somebody into riding the bike.
Okay, there we go. All right,
I
okay,
wouldn't have, but
yeah.
I would have talked somebody in. Hey, Jake,
You
you're the
gotta go.
fastest, man. Yeah.
You gotta do it, man.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. You're the only one for the job.
That's right. That's right. Oh,
Oh my gosh. No. Anyway, so I digress. That is the one that stands out to me recently, and there was
mhm.
another one too, directed by Bobcat Goldthwait. Gosh.
Oh, I remember that one. And I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about. And I know I liked it because I had to check it out because of him. Oh, what was that one?
it was also exists is also one of those like found footage or type of movies. And so was this one. The Legend of oh my gosh. No, but you just said that though. What is it called, Jason? Willow Creek.
Willow Creek. Yeah. I
Yes.
liked that. I
Willow
like that.
Creek is that one was really good too. So those two actually for me are stand out. Now, if I had to go back to the 70s or 80s, I help me remind me what were there some good ones back that
There's been a
besides
lot
the
of
one
them,
you
but
mentioned. You mentioned that. Yeah, there's been things out there. Sci-Fi Channel for a while was cranking out a bunch of them. You know, Bigfoot versus
yeah,
Bobcat
but
or whatever it might be. It
yeah,
was
or abominable snowman stuff. But
yeah,
the problem with that is a lot of them use CG for the
CGI. Yeah,
Bigfoot or Sasquatch, abominable snowman, and a lot of it doesn't. That's whatever movie it was that I watched that you had told me about. It was about the Wendigo, and they
Dark.
when they showed the
Yes.
Wendigo, the I didn't like the way that they had him, just the way that he was made. It was very CG ish. So
So and I think we definitely talked about that movie, but for even that though, it wasn't the design of the creature, so to speak, right? It was more the way it was what the
how
technology that we used to
yeah, the
design.
technology they used, and which it was fine. It was fine, but they just you could tell that it wasn't a big production company doing the CG in this one. But
Right.
I don't know. It's hard to do. Like I still think like the Andre the Giant one in the $6 million Man is the best looking Sasquatch that I've ever seen. I thought that
Well,
was scary, and he
I
was huge.
he was huge. He was, and again, yes, that is one that always comes to mind for me. But another one that comes to mind for me all the time when I think of Bigfoot is the Bigfoot from Bigfoot and Wild Boy. That is, and so I can't believe I neglected to bring up that Bigfoot from the 70s. For those of you who don't, please somebody has got to remember this. I brought this up to Jason a while ago, and he didn't remember it at all. You've never seen that, right? Or even heard of it.
No,
Did you look it up after we talked
I'm
about it
look
that day?
I'm looking it up now.
It was from the Croft Superstar show, which had the lineup of HR Puppet stuff. It had Sigmund the Sea Monster. It had Land of the Lost, the Boogaloos, Dr. Shrinker. And one of the shows was Bigfoot and Wild Boy. You know, all these shows came on during the College Superstar show. And that was one of my favorites. And so to me, yes, the $6 million man Bigfoot made a big imprint, so to speak, no pun intended, uh, upon me. You know, it definitely did because, like I said, I had the toy. I had the toy that him and Steve Austin would fight.
Oh my
But
God, I remember
Bigfoot and Wild Boy, that to me looks like the Bigfoot that I remember because I was watching Bigfoot and Wild Boy every Saturday.
Yeah, I do remember that. Now I've got to go back and watch those. Yeah, that's a good looking Sasquatch right there. Wow. I'll put a picture of him up on the screen too.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, check that out. What do you think? To me that looks like a big. That's in my mind. I always do think about that as Bigfoot. So yeah. So anyway, we definitely stay tuned for our upcoming shows because we're gonna be
Yeah.
out there and checking it out.
Yeah.
All of that.
Hey, did you finish The Walking Dead Part 2?
I did. I did finish The Walking Dead Part 2, and I I thought it was great. I I liked it, but here's the thing with Walking Dead. It occurred to me while I was watching it. Yes, it's been on for a long time. Do I want it to end? No, I get but I can see why it's ending because it
Yeah.
does become becoming repetitive. You know, and
Well, they
maybe that's
lost a
how
lot of
shows are.
viewers, man.
Oh, they've lost a lot of viewers.
Yeah.
But it's like every season, and it just becomes the same thing. New group of bad guys. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? New group of bad guys. Oh,
Yeah, you got to make them worse than the last one.
New
And
group of bad guys.
yeah.
You know, and I guess that's nothing wrong with that. You know, I mean, it's still enjoyable, but it is the same after
Well,
same
they
after same.
I think when they killed Glenn off, they lost a lot of people, but people should have known that one was coming if you know anything about, well, not even if you read the comic books, because I'm sure everybody watched The Talking Dead right afterwards. So they had to know that there was a relationship and this came from a comic book. And these characters, you know, through social media and everything, whether you read because I don't have any of those comics and I don't think I've read any of them.
But you
But by
knew before it
social,
came on, right?
yeah, by
Yeah.
social media, there was one part where oh shoot, what was it, the second season where they went to the place where there were cannibals. They walked the railroad track, they saw the signs. What was that one?
It wasn't the second season. It was the fourth season actually.
After the prison?
Yeah, it was after the
Okay.
prison.
All right. Well, there was a part in there where they had them like kneel down in front of a trough.
Yeah.
And they were standing behind them, and everybody thought at that time, but I don't think Glenn was in that lineup or something.
He
I can't
wasn't.
remember.
It was Rick and Daryl.
Yeah, so they were like, "Oh, are they going to kill somebody instead of Glenn?" And they did kill what's his name? They killed that one guy, right? The one that was on the Batman series or whatever it was, the Joker or
Oh,
whatever.
Penguin. He
Yeah,
played
Penguin.
Penguin.
Yeah.
Yes,
They killed him there.
and he had made an appearance. He wasn't part of the crew.
No.
The crew, but he had made an appearance a couple episodes beforehand in the episode with Rick and Carol.
Yeah.
While they were out, it was the episode where Rick told Carol she had to leave because she another person.
It was so predictable at that time, though, because they could, if they showed a character that wasn't a main player, and they started like explaining their backstory and all that, like the one guy at the prison, he's standing there talking to Carol, and I'm a good man now, and this and that, and bang, shot right in the head. You know, like, oh my God.
Yep. So, I remember. No, I mean it's good. I'm definitely enjoying it. Now, Fear the Walking Dead just started.
Yeah.
Did you see the most recent episode of that?
Yeah, I didn't know 2 of them had come out already.
You're right. They have early, but only if you're just watching on regular Plus. TV. Yeah, then they've already got the one so far. Okay. Fear the Walking Dead to me has always tried to be, I guess, the cerebral, the thinking man's Walking Dead. That's how I think they've approached some of their episodes. I don't know if you disagree with me or maybe you don't even know what I'm talking about. But, I thought this episode was...
Are you just talking about the first? Did you watch the second one or are you just talking about the first?
No, I've only seen the first episode with Alicia.
Yeah.
And No, I thought that was really kind of a boring episode. I really
It
did.
was. It
I,
was.
and I didn't understand. Maybe it's just me how she got there. Like, did it? Was it? I mean, he just found her on a cab, found her in a barn. The little girl did, or something like that. But it never kind of explained where she. The last we saw of her, she was there with Morgan and said, "I'm gonna
Yeah.
take you down. We're going to war." And
Yeah.
then
And
it
then
was just
after,
like all of a sudden, it's like she said
yeah.
some. I don't know. I don't know. It just was really weird to me. I just was like, get to Madison because Madison's coming back this season, or just get to the figure out what's going to happen with this strand and this war. But I thought the first episode back was very underwhelming. Um, it
Well, I
was, and
think it's
that's too bad because I like Alicia. I think
well,
she's a good
sometimes
character.
the Walking Dead does that. They concentrate just too much on one or two people, and it just kind of lags on. And
Yeah,
it's just like, come on, get to some fighting, or show some. There's been
that,
somewhere they didn't even have a walker on there. You know what I mean?
yeah, but I mean, not even really fighting. I mean, just sometimes it's just like it is specifically Fear. Yes, you're right. Walking Dead does experiment with that stuff too, but I think Fear the Walking Dead just tries a little bit. They're more of I don't know. It's just
Deep thoughts type stuff.
yeah,
I
what
know
I
what you're saying. Yeah.
and hey, I really enjoy it. Sometimes it's really on fire. It's firing on all
Yeah.
cylinders, but sometimes they
Yeah.
give me an episode like this one, and it was a little yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious to hear your thoughts on From because that ended. They had the finale. I'm going to show you mine, but with you, but I want to hear what you thought first, man. What did you think of the finale?
I like it. I like From. I think it's a good show, man. I've Are they leading up that it's aliens? Is that what this is going to come out to be, man? Is it like a purgatory type thing? Or I don't know, man.
Here's the thing. Um, yes, I really enjoy the show. I don't know where they are. I think Purgatory would be a little too easy of an answer if that's what it
Yeah.
is. You know what I mean? All the reason I say that, and I've mentioned this before on the show, so forgive me, but it's by the same people who did Lost, and there was a lot of that purgatory discussion with Lost and all of
Yeah.
that stuff. So I just don't think they would, it's about like I said, by some of the people who did Lost, not everybody. I just don't think they would go that route. Maybe it is aliens. But it's not purgatory. I'm going to go as far as to say it's not purgatory because it's not with electricity and all of that stuff. And the guy who said, "Hey, is this so and so? Your wife shouldn't be digging that hole," or whatever he
Yeah.
said to her. Just all this stuff. The and the it just to me it's not purgatory.
Okay.
Maybe aliens, but here's I love shows like this. I do. I really do. I always hate their finales because they don't ever do. I mean, I think these shows are really great. Sometimes the finales are good. I can't make that blanket statement, but these shows are really good about like lead the breadcrumbs and just keeping you
Mm-hmm.
what to go. But whenever the answers or whenever they have like a big finale, to me it's just always sometimes so underwhelming. Yet again, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because you don't really get the answers; they just pose more questions. And again, I love shows like this. Manifest, I really want to watch that show. I'm sure it's in the same vein as this, what I've heard. That I just like I really enjoy the show finale. I was like, it didn't do anything for me.
Well,
Like I want to see the next episode right away. Maybe it did because maybe I want to see the next episode. Like, what's the bus pulling in? Is that a lot of new people? Or is it there to take people? Or what's happening?
I think it's wouldn't there be some? I think it's people coming in, like a whole bus full of people. I think though with that show, they led up with the end of each episode like a finale. You know what I mean? Like each time it led up, and you just, oh, let me jump right in the next episode. So
Right.
I'd go into that one, then the next, oh, I can't stop now, man. You know what I mean? So I don't.
Yeah,
It wasn't much different than that, though. Really, like, oh, what's going to happen?
I know, but now we gotta wait a year or whatever. How long? You know what I mean? It's not,
Yeah,
But no, I loved the like I said, foreplay was fantastic.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I can't. I don't know if we have to bleep that out or whatever. But all that was great, and then the consummation of the and that just the finale it just left me wanting a little bit something else. I don't know. I
Well,
don't know.
all right. Well, what about well, you said have to wait a year. At least it's not 4 years, like Stranger
Yeah, that's
Things.
true. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But we're right around the corner from that, dude. A couple weeks away, and then that's going to take
Yeah.
off.
And
Um,
they're only releasing half of them at first.
Half, I think maybe 7 episodes.
Okay.
Maybe they're
Well,
doing that
that'll
kind of
be
what
good.
Ozark recently did, or I don't know. I don't know the
Yeah.
number of episodes, so I don't. But it's maybe I think it's somewhere around 6 or 7. Um,
Well, they better hope it's good. Netflix is like losing viewers a lot because they nothing fresh. But well, it's still. I mean, it's not just like a streaming platform. They look at AMC with Rick's movie, and now he's got a show coming out, Rick and Michonne or something, a
what?
TV show. Yeah, a
Uh,
Rick and Michonne series.
I haven't heard that. I
I
mean, I'm
I
not typically
swear,
scooped on something like this.
there's no way that I could be dreaming this stuff. I could have sworn I saw not Rick and Morty.
Okay, that's a good show. Uh, nah, I don't see what.
Well, there
Yeah, I don't
is
know.
there's the new one with the other the Walking Dead Rick and Michonne spinoff series. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, my friend. I don't think there's. I know there's the we've talked about the other shows that are coming out. Carol and Daryl. I mean Carol and yeah, Carol and Daryl and Maggie and Negan, which Negan was the most recent episode one announced. So that is. I had heard about the Rick and Michonne though.
There's
That's something. That's something new. You know, you hey, dude, if this is where the news
spinoff.
is breaking, that's fantastic. That's gonna make
Well,
our show.
well, timeline might get a
Are
little
you making the
wonky.
announcement? Are we about to bring in
Hey,
Rick
no,
Grimes?
no, don't. I'm reading something now that says that about tucked into a Michonne the Walking Dead miniseries, and then
I mean, maybe that might what might happen with the movies. Maybe they'll go to AMC Plus or some other streaming
maybe
service.
so,
I don't
maybe
think it's been
so.
announced. I don't think it's been announced. I don't think there's been anything officially announced yet. Um, because the
We'll
rumors are also that Rick's going to return actually for the last couple episodes of
I
The
hope
Walking
so. I hope so. I hope that's what leads into the
Dead.
movies or whatever series. I hope that. I mean, it's got to. I like the Negan and or you call him Negan. Am I saying that wrong? Negan,
That's Negan.
or are we doing the Aquaman thing?
Wait,
No, I, I'm not going to say that series is coming out, but I did read it. And I just saw something that I'll read all that later. But who knows?
well, like I said, this is a great scoop because
Yeah.
you just that just scooped me. We're breaking into the world, my friends. Like I
Mm,
said, just bring out Rick Grimes right now on the
yeah.
show. And
Come on in. Would
yeah,
that
yeah,
be something?
this is where the announcement we made. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
that would be
Well,
enough to fund the next movie.
it would be. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, guys, we do. There's no release date yet, but we are gearing up to make another film. Our fearless leader, writer, and director has been very creative. And I speak of this man here, has
Yeah.
been presenting us with a great script. So we're very excited about that. And we're in the beginning stages to get that off the ground. So
Yeah, yeah. Thinking it should be out sometime end of June, beginning of July, or something like that. We'll see. Some it's summertime movie.
there you go. Summertime
Yeah,
movie.
it's going to be very hot when we film.
Yes, I will say that it takes place outside, and I'm just very curious as to why the outside movie that we're
Yeah.
doing has to take place in the dead of summer.
Who was who in the read through was asking about a climate controlled RV? Oh, that was you. That's right.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
that might have been me.
Yeah, yeah. Forgot.
Yeah,
You guys are some of you are letting the stardom go to your head a little early
there you
right
go.
now. But no. Uh, what upcoming movies are you excited about for? I know there's a couple coming out. Nope.
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
excited to see that.
talked about that one before. Yeah, that's definitely going to be awesome. I mean, outside of the genre, and I get of the horror genre, I mean, there's a lot of great summer movies coming back. I mean, this is
Yeah.
going to be another summer movie season finally in the, what, 3 years, I guess, or at least past 2 years. We haven't had any summer
Yeah.
movies. And a lot of stuff being released on streaming services. But Doctor Strange too.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
That one looks great. I mean, that's actually kind of a little bit of horror-ish itself.
Yeah.
Sam Raimi, who got his start in horror, of course, with the Evil Dead series. And then what was the other? What was what he did? The I drag you to hell.
Yeah, Drag Me to Hell.
Drag Me to Hell. I liked that one too. What did you think about that?
It was okay.
You
I
like
like that. No, I like the way that they did it. It was filmed a lot like the Evil Dead and stuff like that.
it? Yeah,
Army Darkness,
effects.
stuff like that. So yeah, I enjoyed it for that. And I think that's probably got a cult following to it on its own, just because it's, kind of like the Evil Dead, the way that was filmed, Evil Dead 2, which is kind of the same movie, and then Army of Darkness. But and then there's a new Evil Dead movie coming out. What is that one? The one where they're like, it shows like a city or something on the, which
It
one
takes
I'm
place in
talking
an
about?
apartment building. Yeah, it takes place in an apartment building with some sisters. And they find that, was it Necronomicon? Is that right?
Yeah,
Or yeah,
yeah.
they find that, and yeah, yeah, there is a new one coming out.
I can't remember what the
I
name of it was though.
and so that's spun off from the Doctor Strange. But that I'm looking forward to that. That comes out in like 2 or 3 weeks. Of course, that's gonna, like I said, definitely has its one foot in horror. Very excited about that. The new Jurassic Park, of course,
Yeah,
coming out this summer.
I just talked about that the other night with my wife and not just my youngest son Ethan. I mentioned it to my almost 20-year-old son who has a twin, but I mentioned it to him and he was very interested in going to see that. That'd be a good one to see in the theater. You know what I mean?
Oh my
New
gosh, yes.
Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, dude, that looks great. Bringing back the original cast, of course. You've got
Hmm.
Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern. Joining up with Bryce Dallas Howard and everybody.
Yeah,
Chris, he's in there back. He's back in the game also. Looks
I,
great, man. Looks really
it's going to be
good.
awesome.
Preview looks awesome. Yeah, I'm excited about it. So those are just a couple movies that definitely, to me, demand to be seen in the theater. Doctor Strange, Lost, Jurassic World,
Yeah,
and and the new Thor movie as well.
yeah. That looks
That
more of a
trailer just
comedy
dropped.
this
Yep,
time. Do you think? I mean, they always put a little bit, but this one looks like a lot of comedy.
it does, but that's how Thor was Ragnarok.
Yeah, yeah, which
You
was
know what I
very good.
mean? It was very good. Actually, that revitalized the whole Thor series. Thor was well received for the first one when it came out, and then Thor: Dark World is actually probably one of the, I think before the Eternals came out, was one of the lowest rated. Thor: Dark World was one of the lowest rated on Rotten Tomatoes,
Huh.
and didn't hit really well financially. It did just about as well as the first one. Then the third one came out, and that like really just it was great. It was definitely the biggest Thor solo movie that had ever been. And I think
Well,
Thor 4 looks supposed to do the same
well,
thing.
the new one looks like he's not quite back in shape in some of the previews. Was, you know, and I was just thinking, hey, I can be a superhero now.
Yep,
Because
and yes, like we talked about, you're so crazy. Like we were talking about Chris Pratt from Lost World. He's in this one too. The
yeah, oh
Guardians
yeah,
are
yeah,
back in the Thor movie. He's gonna have a big summer. He's got
yeah.
two big movies coming out.
Do you
So
think
yeah.
they'll maybe bring in a couple of new characters we haven't seen before? I'm sure they probably
Oh, for
will.
sure. I know Christian Bale's in it. He's playing one of the bad guys.
I saw
Russell
that.
Crowe. Russell Crowe's in it. He's playing Zeus. The rumor has been that they're going to have Hercules, which is a Marvel character, make his debut in
Wait,
this film.
wasn't Zeus Superman's dad? Come on, man. What's going on in this world?
And hey, man, Marvel and DC, they can
We just
change.
had
They're
the
changing character.
Joker, the Joker
And the
as
new Batman was in the Eternals.
no, the Joker from Jared Leto's Joker. He was over on the Marvel
Oh, and
side.
Morbius, yeah.
Yeah,
But the Joker that was just in Batman that made his debut in
yeah.
the newest Batman movie, the Joker, he was in the Eternals
I
as
haven't watched that yet.
oh, you
You're talking
haven't?
about
So
the series?
no, the movie that came out in November.
Oh,
Um,
see, I haven't watched that one yet. Is it good?
it's good. Yeah, it's on Disney
Okay.
Plus. It's got Angelina Jolie in it. It's got the dude who played I'm just terrible with names. I wish I didn't even brought people's name up sometimes. I was like the character's name in the movie is Icarus. He was the oldest son in Game of Thrones. Um who got killed at the Red Wedding. I can't think of the
Oh,
actor's name.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's in it. Um so yeah, it's pretty good if you haven't checked it out. You
Huh.
know, if you're a Marvel completist, then
Yeah,
you
I
definitely
like them. I like sometimes, and I did I hear something about Fantastic Four that now they were so like the rights were sold almost kind of, or maybe like the Spider-Man thing that so there's going to be a new Fantastic Four
oh yeah, dude. So
movie.
what's up with that is that real quick, I'll do a quick deep dive, is that before Marvel became a studio, they
Hmm.
had sold off all their A-list heroes to different studios.
Yeah.
So, for instance, they sold Daredevil and Fantastic Four and the X-Men to 20th Century Fox,
Okay.
right? The movie rights, just the movie rights. They still held on to the animated
Sure.
and the comic rights. You know what I mean? But the movie rights they sold off. Sony got Spider-Man,
Right.
and then I think maybe somebody else I'm maybe forgetting. I can't remember, but those were really. And then Marvel was left with what they at one point in time was their B-list heroes. Oh, I'm sorry, Universal got the Hulk. Universal
Yeah.
Studios
Which
got the Hulk.
yeah, those
Um,
weren't that great.
so at one point, Marvel was left with their B-list heroes, which were Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, and then a couple of Black Widow, all those other ones out there. And that's all they had. So they created a studio from these characters,
Hmm.
and then they took these B-list characters and turned them into A-list characters. Really, I mean, but those are the B-list. The A-list ones were sold off to different
Yeah.
studios. So now that Disney has purchased the rights or acquired and bought 20th Century Fox, they have now their characters back. The only character they don't have yet is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is still with Sony, but they've now worked out a deal to where they do movies together. You know what I mean? Where they
Right.
share the rights,
Yeah.
different percentages. But that's the only character that Marvel does not have back
And
in
probably
their
won't get
complete.
back.
No, probably not within their complete. And the reason they got if Andrew Garfield's movies had been hits,
Hmm.
like really big hits,
Yeah,
then
they wouldn't.
Marvel probably wouldn't still have him back. But when those movies didn't take off, that's when they decided to okay, let's see what we can do. Let's work with Marvel. You know what I mean? Uh,
So did I hear that they're going to do another Andrew Garfield movie though?
well, because of the excitement
Yeah.
from No Way Home,
Yeah.
everybody's now,
That was great.
are really excited about that, and uh, for him to continue on, and the rights are still now the rights are still crazy because Sony just has not only do they have the rights to Spider-Man, but they have the rights to his whole universe,
Uh,
basically. You know what I mean? Any character that's affiliated with Spider-Man that's kind of how it went. If you didn't just buy the character Spider-Man, you got their whole like IP or their version of their portion of the IP. So that's why they're able to do these movies. Sony is able to do these movies, Venom
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Morbius.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? They're trying to create their own little Spideyverse, but without Spider-Man. So it makes no sense. So the reason I'm telling you all this is that they're now saying that maybe they could take Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and make him that Spider-Man in that universe.
Like
You know what I
combining,
mean?
combine. I mean, are they going to go back with like with Disney and do it that way, or
No, 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 no. Basically, they would take because Morbius and Venom and all those guys, they don't live in
yeah,
the same universe
mm,
as
right, right, right,
Spider-Man and Iron Man and all them. In the comics, yes, they all exist, but because the
yeah,
way these rights are the thing, Sony's kind of doing their own little thing. That's why Venom was able to pop up in the very end of No Way Home. Remember at the end, I remember
yep.
how he was there at the bar, and that had been introduced. Did you ever see the sequel to Venom?
I haven't, I haven't
All
watched it
right.
yet.
Well, that part happened at the end credits of Venom, showing how he got over to that world. That's how it ended there with him popping in that world.
Oh
No Way
wow,
Home No Way Home took it and then took it from there during the end credits and showed that he just basically been sitting in the bar the whole time, as opposed to going out and doing anything. He was just sitting at the bar learning about this world,
Huh.
hearing about Iron Man and Hulk and all those guys. So anyway, sorry I went on a long.
Did you watch Morbius?
I did see Morbius. I took my
Did you
son,
like
a
it?
buddy of his. It was all right. It sucks, man. Jared Leto is
I
just, I
know,
think he's a great
man.
actor, but he's just getting wrapped up with. There was a funny meme that said this guy's been, not doing the justice. This guy's been lucky enough to be in the worst received movies for both DC and Marvel. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
yeah.
anyway,
It's a shame.
it is. But yeah, you can have me talking about that stuff all day. Sorry, guys, went off into the wall. But
That's all right. That's all
yeah,
right. Hey,
yeah,
Salem's Lot. I'm looking forward to that coming out. That's coming out sometime this fall. Um,
yeah,
I think that'll be good. Um,
yeah.
the writer was the same writer as something else that was Gary Doberman. I can't remember another show that or series that we really like. But that one and what about Spirit Halloween? It's making them. No, it's going to be more like a
Yes, that's
Goosebumps
right.
thing. But wow, that's going to be cool.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting news actually. When I saw that, I was like, that is a cool idea,
Yeah.
And yeah, it will be in the vein of Goosebumps. But hey, I enjoyed those movies as well. They were funny.
You
So
know
maybe
what
they'll do
I'm
some good
hoping?
creepy horror, creepy
I'm
comedy.
hoping like they show some of the original animatronics that they used to have coming to life, because I've got a bunch of Spirit Halloween animatronics for my Forest of Fear, and people are like, "Man, I got to get that one. I'd pay $500,000 for that one." Because I would say, "Hey, Reagan, I
There you
like you,
go.
but yeah,
You got to
yeah,
go.
yeah."
Yeah,
I
that
got a
would be
bunch of them
cool.
from Spirit. They're not bad props. They're made of plastic, and you get what you pay for. But they're
Yeah.
decent if you're looking for something for 1 or 2 years. But you have some that, I mean, Reagan still does good, and Billy on the tricycle, he's good. So
Well, that's cool.
you get lucky.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think we've said it all, Jason. I don't know. I mean, are we kind of
No, I think if anyone has a local legend or a folklore that you'd like us to check into, please comment, because we're looking for some crazy adventures like that. I know Lee is especially looking forward to
oh yeah.
the on the
I can't
road
wait to get
cryptid
out
stuff.
there mixing it up with the
Yeah,
Sasquatches and
yeah,
every other little
and
creature out there.
we talked about some serial killer stuff too
Oh yeah,
that we
yeah,
might check
that's also
into.
investigating.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, follow us along. We're definitely going to be having some great location things, cryptids and investigating serial killers long, long ago. Hopefully, we're not going to be in hot pursuit of anyone.
not yet.
You know what I mean? But hey, we could save some lives.
Yeah,
We'll do it. We'll do it.
yeah.
No.
We'll
Okay.
have a co-host along with us for that part.
Exactly.
The
Yes,
life
indeed.
saving. Yeah,
The last, yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Well, man, guys, thank you very much for joining us. We definitely appreciate it. Definitely appreciate you guys allowing us to last for 20 episodes. Thank you
Yeah,
thank you to
yeah,
our sponsors who have supported us through these times.
yeah, yeah.
No, yeah, but no, guys, thank you very much for sticking around, and we've definitely enjoyed doing the show. Keep giving us some more ideas, things to talk about, so we can make the show as enjoyable as we can for you. All right,
Yeah,
topics.
definitely.
Jason, been a pleasure, my friend. As always, thank you very
Yes,
much. I look
sir.
forward to the 21st episode with you as
I
well.
do
I look
too.
forward to the 61st episode and on and on and on.
Same here.
Yes. Guys, don't forget to listen to us wherever you like to listen to your favorite podcasts. Check us out. Put us on. Listen to our soothing tunes as you're driving into
Yes,
work, driving home from work, wherever it
yes.
may be. We look forward to entertaining you.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. All right, Jason. Take care, my friend.
All right, man. See you next time.
All right. Later, everybody.